Alright, looks like we are live. Looks like we are live. And I gotta mute that. There. Welcome in. Sunday morning production sessions. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I went to World of Drum and Bass in Atlanta on Friday night with the homie Dark Adaptation, my wife, and his significant other Katie. It was a blast. We had a massively good time. I think the biggest surprise for me was that Mampy blew that out. I hadn't seen Mampy play in a number of years, and he always did really well, but his mixing was modern and aggressive and forward thinking. It was a really enjoyable set, and then on top of that, Danny Bird just absolutely murdered it. So that was absolutely incredible. By the time Blade Runner came on, it was great, but I don't know. I was probably just spent by then. Snack, what up, bruh? Just got your stuff downloaded a few minutes ago. I'm gonna start with some sound design. My brother from another mother, Pope John, sent me a tune that he's submitting for the Rolled Up Jungle Comp. And he's got a mid bass in there that when I heard it, I was like, I have some ideas for this, but he'd already submitted it. So I wanted to pull up his tune and kind of go through what he's got, and then something that I think would be a better fit. Not that the tune is bad or the sound is bad, just something so you're taking a classic jungle womp kind of bass and making it more modern. So I wanted to start from scratch on a sound design piece, and then after that, Chris will move on to your stuff. Let's see. John made it into the chat. What's up, Nate? I see you in there as well. Big up, everybody. Thanks for jumping in on a Sunday morning. Hope you all have coffee and whatever else you need. If you're of that cannabis persuasion, I hope you've got your herbs sorted. Let's take a really basic beat, because we just need something in the background for this. Let's go to the Jungle pack, because it's got lots of just well chopped breaks, and let's find one. Let's say a stepper break. I love that shuffle. Alice, what's up?
Can I have this?
No, you can't have that until after lunch. And I'm in my meeting.
Okay.
Thanks. I don't need it.
Giving one to you.
Oh, thanks. I'll put it right there.
Yeah. I want to be kind on Easter.
Okay. Happy Easter to you, baby. I love you.
I love you.
I love that shuffle. That's nasty. Classic rave. That works. So one thing I kind of want to talk about too is gain staging. Like I use the Warp Academy template. It is like easily like the best gain staging template you can get. I can post a link for it. It's based out of their YouTube video. It is the one, I think they based this off of Skrillex's template. Tunes. Let's see, Warp Academy. Side chaining, drum bus, I just started organizing these because I was just putting them into one folder. Not seeing the Warp Academy. So we'll just do this. Warp Academy game staging template. This is the one. I'm gonna drop this in here, and I've made this my default session. Boom. So everything's always like -6 out the gate. Ricochet break. Nice and jungly. And chopped right, so we can just use that as alright, so we're gonna grab a bass. I'm gonna do insert MIDI track, which is gonna pull up my Serum template. All right, what do we want to do? So, let's pull up John's tune because he gave me permission to do that.
Excuse me, you're letting bugs in because you're just standing there with the door open.
Get out of here. Give another left. Icky book.
I'm gonna pop this over here.
This is not a tell you about your mother kind of class. Right?
Let me close my office doors.
This is a respectful a big song. A respectful right? A big song.
Yeah, Jamie, I dig this tune a lot too. John nailed it on this one. I don't want to play too much of it because it's part of his submission for the Jungle Comp, but just wanted to kind of give an idea on that mid bass. So, it's kind of it's in the vein of the classic like warp or womp bass, but we kind of want to do something a little more modern with it. So I'm gonna say start with a sine wave, random to 0, drop the octave in 1. Just nice little sub bass. We're gonna give it a little bit of unison. Give it just a little movement. Give it just a little kind of movement there, and then let's add Crush Wub. Turn random down. All right. So, let's, I think, let's get us a nice shark fin envelope. We'll probably make that pretty fast. We're going to bring this into an 18, bump the resonance, probably too much, bump the drive, give it a little fat, and then we're going to turn the level down on this and bump that up there. We're going to add LFO1 to the level. We are going to do FM from B. And we're gonna give this a little level. I don't know if I'm liking that width. Alright, so we'll do some distortion and we'll do like X shaper. Lilo, get out of my office. Alright. That needs more harmonics. So yeah, you can. You would drop it down here, but I'm not. It's really just the sine waves vibrating. Like I want a little bit of movement there. I'm thinking about automating like a wobble after it, so like by increasing the detune after the main sound plays. Alright, let's go back to John's. focus on the detune too. He doesn't play the sound for that long, so let's listen one more time. Oh, so we need more warmth in there. Bring that in a little bit. Let's try that. So you attached an LFO to the coarse pitch as well to kind of like do like a pitch bend? Alright, so let's do a little post. Drive that up a little bit. That's too far. Pretty close. Pretty close, pretty close. You could envelope like if you're trying to get somewhere in there. Oh, mono. A lot of people say don't use the compressor inside Serum, but I actually like it. Still not warping enough for me. Whoa, needs more warp. Let's drag this to here. There. Maybe that's why I just need to go down another octave. That's... So that was kind of the idea that I had, John. And then like I feel like automated like reverb on the ass end of it. Let's move it up there. Low cut pretty high up. Mix all the way down. I wish, you know what Serato or Serum could really do is like let me copy this LFO to here. Like duplicate would be fucking really fucking nice because I want to put this somewhere else without fucking what that is doing, but I want to increase the delay on it. So I guess we build another one. Do do do. That's there. That's there. That's there. That's there. That's there. It's bar off off 0 envelope. Bar off off, and then we add a delay of quarter note. Let's put some noise in that tail. What do you think? What kind of noise should we throw in the ass end of that? Some bright white? Some organ noise. Let's hear Bright Night. Too much. Alright, that's pretty close to what I was hearing. So that's kind of the idea that reverb is still too much. That's kind of the idea that I had, John, was to give it like some extra harmonics in there, but like keep it fucking bass dominant. That reverb tail is too much, right? You agree? You agree? You agree? All right. And we're gonna save this. To Pope John Womp. This is so slow when I'm streaming. Hi, Alice.
Can I have that? The Hershey Kiss I gave you earlier?
Oh, you want to take it back?
Yeah, because I made a mistake
Oh, you made a mistake?
by giving it to you.
You made a mistake by giving it to me? Well, that's not very nice.
Yes, it was just like when the Florence gave it a mistake. That Florence made a mistake that Alessia and me took one of both of her dandelions. One was for her, one was for her sister.
Yeah. That's alright. So let's drop that there. And you might need the digital wavetable too. Let's look and see which one it is. Crush Wub. I don't know if that's a default one. So let's just look. Documents. Serum. Presets. Tables. Digital. Yeah, just shy of that. Should be 5 in May. And then Crush Web. Empty files cannot be uploaded. Say what? Expert serum presets user we call this one We don't want editing. We want viewing. Share with Dropbox. Link for viewing. That's the one we want. Anyone with the link? They changed the interface and I hate it. I want just a viewing link. Whatever, fuck it. You guys can have edit privileges to this folder. I don't give a shit. I have it stored locally, so I guess it doesn't fucking matter. Yo, Dropsy, what's up, man? Yeah, John, this is just something you can play with, man. Like, of course you want me to log into Twitch, bastard. It's alright. I can do it this way. Tweak it up a bit, like do it however you want, John. Just something that was I just wanted to throw out there because that was what kind of like came to my mind, was something that had just like a little bit of a FM growl that kind of like pulled through it a little bit. So I thought that would be dope. Alright. So, and post-processing, I'm just running it through Trash with a little bit of overdrive in the 100 to 2K range. I think there's just a little bit of, just a touch of drive on the tops. But that's, it's got that almost like Utah jazz kind of like want, that classic, but with some modern FM in it. So... anyway, the preset's up there in the link. You can fuck around with it all you want. If you want to. If you don't want to, not a big deal. So Chris, DJ Snack, is in the chat. He was going through some stuff with a tune that he's been working on and gave me permission to share that. I'm going to load those into the DAW real quick. Pre-master. I'm gonna drop. There you go. And then we're gonna load the master. And I'll probably pull this into my mastering chain and run it through it. Let's just see. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're squashed. Dude, shut up with that stuff, man. I'm not good at this. Like, drum and bass is fucking hard. Anybody that makes drum and bass knows that making drum and bass is fucking hard. I'm constantly learning new shit. Y'all are constantly learning new shit. We're all amateurs. Like, it's all fucking, like, it's tough to get shit to sound as professional as possible. So, the only reason I'm doing these is so I can help people with the stuff that I've learned. Like, I've done coaching sessions with Greg from the Lion's Den. If you can afford to, like, I think he does like $50 for like a half hour. If you can afford to do those, do some of those. Like, some of the stuff that I show you in here is some of the stuff that he taught me. Stuff that he's taught me along the way and sending him my mix downs. Like, that's what's helped me level up. And so the only reason I'm doing any of this is to try to help y'all level up. Yo, Kayla, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for popping in and hanging out with us this morning. We're just chilling, drinking coffee, going through tunes. All right, let's listen to Snack's tune. Let's listen to the pre-master real quick. I'm just going to listen through the first drop. The vibe. Man, this is dope, Chris. I dig this vibes. All right, I'm gonna turn off your pre-master and let's look at your master because, yo, this is squashed. That's like a fucking sausage, bro. All right, so Chris, take notes, man. Right out of the gate, you've got some bass phasing on your first mid bass, and you need to do like a mid side EQ to correct that. When you pop it in mono, like most clubs are going to be running through mono, so you kind of want to like make sure your stuff sits right. At mono. So if we back it up to this first drop. Heavy stuff. See those reds? That fucking new bass that comes in is disgusting. Alright, I love that all your low end is really fucking good. So, like, I would run this through my mastering chain, but when you have phase problems, dude, I can't do anything about that. So, let me see. Let's put these here. Turn this off. Let's put some Pro Q in here. so when we pull that out of the sides, you need to increase the gain on those parts a little bit. So like you need to run a mid-side EQ, roll off the sides, and then bump up the gain a little bit to compensate for the fact that it's not going to be as predominant with when you make stuff wide, it sounds more present to the ears. So you got to increase the gain to compensate for that. Bro, can you do that real quick and then bounce me your pre-master again? Because if you do, I'll run it through my mastering chain. You're not getting like this is you in luffs coming out of your pre-master. And then your master is only getting, let's see. You're only getting like 13, 14 left. So, yeah, so you don't, just boost the overall gain. Like, so I'm running, let's check this in span. Let's turn that. So roll it at like 400. That gets you out of your 2 to 500 range. That's like probably where it's phasing them. Like overall, your mix is fairly balanced. Your sub's a little hot, but we can pull that down a little bit. You're getting a little bit of like width there too. So there's a couple of different ways that you could do that, right? You could put a utility on that and dial your width back until you're not seeing that phase in span. You know how to do this in span? You take span, put it in mid-side mode instead of stereo. You hit this little drop down here, go to mid-side stereo, and then you can switch back and forth between the mid and the sides. But if you leave it on mid, you can do an underlay for the sides so you can see where it's popping red. So that gain probably needs maybe a dB, maybe 3/4 of a dB.
was nice when I went to the office.
Ow, my ears.
I'm sure you figured it out by now. Digital space.
Yeah, I mean, this is too much of a bitch to try to like pull out that sound in just that, but you can hear in this range that 400, that 1500. There's like, you need to get that gain of that mid bass up so it like sits better in the mix once you get rid of the side signal because of the phasing, like so everybody else can hear. Like if we turn Pro Q off, what you do with your mix is you bump it into mono to hear how these wide mid basses are going to sound, and that gives you like the full idea on where that's going to sound in a club. That bass is dope. It's a nice stab. It's got like a cool follow up. It's got great movement. It just gets neutered when you put it in mono. So yeah. Chris, if you can send me another pre-master, I'll run this through my chain and I'll get you definitely some more loudness than where you're at. Yeah, I think that'd be dope. Yeah, like bring that entire sound up about like a dB and then dial your width back. I need to check something real quick. I'll be right back. What's wrong? Well, word of advice, if you're gonna do stupid shit, make sure you're tough. Kids are hilarious. All right, real quick while we're waiting for Chris to send that back over, I'm gonna pull up something that I've been working on this week. This is a collab that I'm doing with the One Light Cadillac. I kind of wanted to add shuffles to this, so I might go in and do that. The tune is pretty big though. Amber alert time. Black Jeep Cherokee. If you see a black Jeep Cherokee in the fucking North Carolina range, maybe call the police. $5 says this session isn't gonna want to load or even play while I'm streaming because of all the shit that it's got going on in it, but we'll see. Computer's just still thinking about it. Are you opening? Yeah, it's opening. One day it's gonna open. Or maybe it won't. We shall see. I kind of need water, though. I might go get some. Be right back. And it still hasn't loaded. Fantastic. Good shit. While we wait, I'm going to fire up VLC. And we're going to... Oh, of course. You come up with a different plan, and it's like, okay, let's go. All right. So I'm just going to play it out right for a minute. Computer is now freaking the fuck out. I wanted to add a little shuffle to this though. Like if we take my returns off, and what was that jungle one? That was actually pretty cool. It was Stepper. Alright, so kick, snare, let's add insert audio track. Let's just loop the first 8. Yo. I'll solo this. That is fucking loud as shit. And then let's get rid of... Actually, let's look at this real quick. Might warp it a little bit. probably don't even need the whole thing. There's some low shit in there that's got to come out. A lot of low. Right. That is kind of sick. I'm going to save that idea. All right, and we're going to go... Chris sent me his stuff. Yo, can you send me the wave instead of the MP3, Chris? Please? Is that possible? Alright, so what did I do here? So we added a little bit of shuffle in this first part. Let's hear how it sounds with and without. That sounds kind of sick. Let's duplicate it. Let's pitch it up a little bit. Give it a little space. And then let's make sure that we are ducking it when that snare hits so that there's no conflict between the two. And we will 2 snare. Is that what? No. Which one did I do? EC snare TK. That one. I like that. I'm going to turn off all of his other stuff. One by one. Alright, we're freaking out. So, Chris got his tune over. Let's just save this and go to new mastering session. And let's download this. Alright, so got that downloaded. Just waiting on Ableton. So let me think. I need to. This gives me like sofa sound vibes, right? So let's find a sofa sound song to use as a reference track. How about DLR Fake Money? Sounds like a good one. So let's just pop it in real quick. I think it's a good reference track. All right. Downloads. Yeah, I could definitely hear that in the tune. What BPM is this at, Chris? I don't think you're doing 174 based on the way this is lining up. Is it 174? Doesn't feel like it. Maybe there's just like a little extra intro or something on it. No, I don't know. 172. Yeah, see? Alright, so we're going to loop this first drop. We are going to go into Ozone. It really does. So I am going to go reference track, and then we're going to go to wherever I saw DLR's tune. I don't even know if Fake Money's out or not. This is something that I got as a dub plate. All right, so when using the reference track, as you have to dial shit way the fuck down, because it's like, I'm going to turn the volume all the way down because this is really going to get ugly with what it's going to do with the maximizer. And then you have to like, okay, yeah, you have to dial the maximizer way the fuck back down, because it's gonna be like tweaked to hell, because it being fully mastered, it's gonna be like, it's gonna sound like absolute pure garbage. And then you just adjust the maximizer until you like actually hit the right spot where it doesn't sound fucking distorted to shit. Now we can turn it up a little bit. So it brought your sub, like, this was what I was going to do originally, was like kind of pull your sub down a little bit. It went a little aggressively at 2 dB, but I'm going to leave that alone. So the next thing I do is I add the vintage limiter, and I put it on analog. I feel like it needs some ultra highs, so let's add some fresh air, put that there. I might do that after the clipper. No, I should do it before, because we want to cut that off if it gets too hot. They have a mastering bus one. And let's see how that sounds. So when we're looking at this in span, like where your highs are still a little quiet. Like we want this to be kind of balanced. Computer is kind of freaking out a little bit. Let's give it a second to just kind of chill. Alright, gonna close those on, so maybe that'll help. Maybe close K-clip. Yeah, I think so. I didn't run it through mono to check, but we can do that. It sounded better to me just like on my ears. Yeah. Yeah, that transition mid bass disappears too. Like this one that hits like right here. So that one that's right there at, you know, just before the 25th bar, like when we pop this into mono, you can hear that kind of drop out a little bit, right? It's like the transition mid bass that you've got. It sounds a little different. Right here. As my computer freaks the fuck out. Yeah, it's that one right there that is that transition. That one is still having a little bit of mid-side issue, to the point that when you play it in a club, it's going, it's gonna sound a little quieter. So I would recommend fixing that one too. But I mean, like, LUFS wise, this is hitting really nice with like a 4.7 max. And like your short term at 5, like that's like, yo, Jeremy, what's up? That's about where you want it to be, man. I think fresh air is just fucking choking us this time. I would do the same thing to that bass, Chris, is pull a little bit more of the sides out of that and then give it a little bit of a boost like you did on the other one. But like that mastering right there would be 100% playable. Like it's not going to compare to like a professional master job, because guys like Greg at the Lion's Den and Wraith and Clearwater at Straylight, like their like entire life is making sure that the shit sounds good. I can get you something that sounds like kind of good in a club and passable on a main big system, but it's like not even close to what you like the kind of quality you would get by sending it to a mastering engineer. But they're gonna point out this stuff, and don't ask me why. I know they're gonna point out this stuff because they've pointed out this stuff to my shit over and over and over again, and it is what it is, man. We learn these things sometimes more than once. I sent Greg a tune that I'd been working on that like I was just like fervently in creative and just not thinking, and I sent it to him to bounce it off him, and he was like, oh my god. The role of the clipper on the master is to give you extra loudness. You have to use them sparingly because you can easily get distortion. So I use ozone to bring like the maximizer to kind of get your levels up to where we want them, and then I use the clipper to just push them ever so slightly without distorting. So what a clipper does is it increases the volume by clipping off the peaks, and it tricks your brain. You still think you hear the transient and the hit, but it just like it goes louder with shaving off the top, so it becomes more sausage like. I could probably even run that clipper even a little hotter and push a little more like energy into that. Yeah, so I'm staging it, right? So the ozone had like I add the vintage limiter in there. Some people clip and then limit, but you do it in stages. Like you're just trying to nudge it a little bit here and there and add a couple extra dB to get it like right where you want it to. So yeah, I mean I put my clipper last because that's my final volume limit right there, you know. Ozone's doing the maximize to get like the oomph behind it, and then the limit to like push it down a little bit, and then the clipper just like once you've got the limiter in there, then you push that K clip to kind of just shove it forward, and it goes up. What was this called? Heavy stuff. Are you talking further back in the chain, like on your like so? I'll usually run like a clipper on my drum bus. Sometimes I'll run a clipper on my bass, like earlier in the creative chain, depending on where I'm trying to get to. If I'm trying to like squash it down, it adds that kind of like saturation. Like you can be careful because you can get crazy distortion, but then at the same time you might want some of the crazy distortion. But typically when you're running a clipper in those kinds of environments, you're gonna link the two and you're gonna like push some in while taking some out, so that hey Dwayne, what up? So you push some in and take some out, so you can kind of like squash the signal in a little bit better without increasing the loudness. I'm not going like in creative in the session itself. I'm not really trying to go for loud. Like I want my mixes to sit at very specific points. All of the like you want it balanced when you see it in span, right? You want your sub at such a level that, like, when your kick comes through, you don't actually see the kick, but you hear the kick, you feel the kick. So it does its duck from the sub, but you see like an uninterrupted pattern in your sub, right? And then you want your highs balanced there. There's usually what they call the smile. You don't want your mids and low mids to kind of sit too far down. There's like a little mud range between like 200 and 500 that you have to be careful for, because some of your instruments sitting in those ranges can really make your mix sound muddy. But like once you get to like 500 to like 8K, like you really, that's like going to be like all of the presence in your mix down. So that's where you really want to tend some focus on what your frequencies are doing there. And then your highs, you want them nice and crisp and unmuddied. So any kind of like instruments that would be taking up too much highs that don't need to be there, you kind of roll those off. And then sometimes like I'll add fresh air to just add a little sparkle to those high mids and highs. Also to avoid resetting automation, but also to add more in a less sense. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Jeremy. Alright, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to pull up the last thing that I ran through my mastering chain so we can give a listen to it. What was the last thing we did? The drop? I'm not sure, like, what utilities are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, the Ableton utility? I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, this is the drop.
Niggas fight with his stand.
I'm gonna blow my damn ears out. So you can hear in there and see visually that I went for like a nice balance between the highs and subs, and then all the mids kind of fill that in really nicely. We pop it into mid-side stereo mode.
The freeze niggas fight with his stand.
So those basses have width to them, and you can see that that's in there, especially that 200 to 1K. But if we pop this on mono, it should sound relatively the same. So one of the things I was talking about was like making sure your sub is consistent and you're not seeing the kick. Because the sub is so low, it sits around that like 40-45 mark. The kick is predominant because my kicks are usually punching through anywhere between 80 and 95. Like 80, 85, even 90 is kind of like where you like. 85 is that sweet spot for me for like a big punchy kick. It'll vary depending on what key your tune is and where that really hits. You do want your kicks to be close to this, like you want them to be in key, so it doesn't like sound off-putting when there's a thud that kind of punches through that sub. So yeah, I was happy with the way that this mastering went, and it sounded fucking great on the black box sound system, and you can see like I'm we're at like 4.3 max, 5 is the short-term max. The average is like close to 5. That's like where you want that to sit, between 5 and 6, at least for me. There are people that mix stuff louder than that, and I mean, it's really just the loudness wars at that point in time. You can squash it up higher, but that's like that gives it that sweet spot for me as far as I'm concerned. Again, I make no promises that I do this shit right. I'm just showing you what I do. And your mileage may vary. But I hope that some of this is helpful. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything else that I was going to go over today. Yeah, Chris, that's so what it does is it adds this little panel here to every track, and it drops everything minus 16, and then it bumps this up 6 at the end, which I have it turned off for the mastering template, but it's an EQ8, it's got a utility in it. You can see what's in it if we go up here. So you have your high pass, and it's got a utility in it, and then the chain, which the chain isn't really that valuable. So that's funny because like on the different channels it rolls off at different frequencies. So this one's set to roll off at 120, which just basically pulls all your sub out by rolling at 120, and then it's got bass mono on top of that, which I don't know, it's kind of excessive, but whatever. But it'll allow you to like dial your width if you need to. I honestly should use this rack more often for all the stuff that it can do, but I don't. I really I really just use the high pass on it, and then I'll add extra utility or EQ to dial in exactly what it is that I want to do. But that minus 16 off the top and then plus 6 at the end, you would think it would be a minus 10. But if you mix to 0 dB, when you get to the end of your mastering chain, you basically just turn the master bus rack off and you are instantly at a perfect negative 6 dB to send to your mastering engineer, which that gives them the opportunity to have that head. Like everybody that masters, like, give me a minus 6 dB master or pre-master, so you can so they have the headroom to go up or down 6 dB and not have any kind of like gain problems or distortion problems. So that's why I use it, and it's been pretty effective. And then I've learned like all of the different numbers that I need to be hitting at. Like I try to have my sub and my kick hitting around the same point. Like usually I'll do kicks to minus 15 dB, and then I'll do my sub to like minus 16, or I'll go minus 14 on the kick and minus 15 on the sub, so that kind of relationship sits right. You want your transient of your snare and your kick to hit at the same point, so like I usually just mix the snare to the kick, and make sure that they're hitting like right at the same loudness level. Span everything though, like put span on everything and make sure that it's like that you visually can see that it's hitting at the right spots. Don't just use the VU meters that you have inside of Ableton. Span everything. I haven't modified my template to include that in there, but yeah. Is Spotify open? Get rid of that. Any other questions? Anything. Last call for questions. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up if nobody has anything else that they want to go over. If anybody's got any songs that they want us to just vibe check, we can do that. Or we could do technical breakdowns. I don't care. Normally I go till 11, which would be 2 hours. But yeah, you're very welcome, Chris. And you're very welcome, John. Yeah, dude, hit me the new link. We'll pop it on right now. I'm gonna close Ableton as CPU hog. No, do not save. You can drop it in Twitch. You can drop it in. Oh, it's in Messenger. Okay. Do. Messenger is slow as fuck. Oh, Paco just fired something over. I don't know if... Is Paco in the chat? All right. So this is.
This is not a tell you about your mother kind of class. Right? This is a respectful class. A big song. A respectful class. A big song.
Yeah! John, you could saturate that more. Boom, 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 boom!
This is not a tell you about your mother kind of plan. Right?
Bruh.
This is a respectful a big song. A big song. A respectful
Alright. I don't know about that one, John.
respectful. A respectful.
I don't know about that one, John. Yeah, dude, this tune is a banger. I just don't know about that bit. Maybe put that down an octave? Or do some horns, maybe something. And then it's also phasing a little bit, but yeah, that is that's the only thing I hear, dude. This is a banger. This is a banger, bro. Well done. I dig that shit a lot. Paco just sent me something. I don't think he's in the chat. Is he? Let's look. Yeah, Paco's not here. Hi, Paula. I see you in here. True Life, what's up, dude? Chilling. Couple bots. Bots are always present. Yeah, definitely phasing, and like I could almost hear like a horn line there, dan, 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 and then the bass come back. Oh, that would be fucking sick, bro. Just a thought. Just a thought. I wonder if Paco's gonna join. You gonna join? I'll see if Paco can join. Otherwise, I'll just press play on this. Oh, he's driving to Tampa right now. Alright, so let's check out the new bit from Paco. What's up?
Give me balance.
Because I'm still in money.
No.
Not right now. Can we talk
Balance,
about it
no
a
base.
little
You
bit?
better be afraid. Not hot, not great. You never been this way. No, we'll never be the same. I know you're screaming out my name. Give me eyes, give me a break. Give me all the things so I just can't escape. Higher than a mountain, even better than a dream. Flying like a dragon, nothing I've ever seen. Balance.
so immediately, I think these 808s should be slightly more distorted and slightly more rolled off on the highs.
Ever see screaming out my name? Never be. You better be balance, no bass. You better be afraid. Not hot, not great. You never been this way. No, we'll never be the same. I know you're screaming out my name. Give me eyes, give me a break. Give me all the things so I just can't escape. Higher than a mountain, even better than a dream. Flying like a dragon I've never ever seen. Balance. No. Give me balance. No.
Put some notes on there for Paco. I'm gonna let him know. All right, I just sent Paco a bunch of notes that just said the same thing that I said here. Excuse me. Just needs a little more distortion on that 808. But yeah, that's a banger, dude. That's fire. That'd be great. Yeah. I might spin some records this morning. I don't know. Dwayne, are you still in the chat? Are you gonna play some tunes this morning? Should I raid into you? What's the deal? You are not in here anymore. Let's see. Who's playing records this morning? Let's see. Oh, this is not me logged in, so I won't be able to tell. Lilo, get out of here. Seriously. Let's see who's playing, and we'll just... Oh, sorting new tunes. Oh, you are gonna play? Okay. Are you ready to jump on now, man? Because I'm wrapped up. Let's mute that so I'm not double talking here. Nobody else is playing. Yep. So yeah, we got to raid into you, Dwayne. Gifted subs. No, got a little bit to do. Okay. Well then, yeah, there's not really anybody I can raid into. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know any of these people that are recommended. Let's see Frankie Guns is doing. If you're playing drum and bass, Frankie, you're getting... Looks like DMB. Let's see. It's kind of jungly. Alright. Let's raid into Frankie Guns. Not even following the dude. Alright. I'm going to ship y'all off. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. We do this every Sunday. Come back next week and we will do it again. I can't really work on that Cadillac tune on stream because it's just going to choke the stream out. So that's the one I'm working on right now. Plus I started doing, I did Marshmallow Alone. So that one's gonna be kind of sick. I want to have that ready by Andy C. So let's raid Frankie Guns. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch up next time. Did it work? It didn't work. I don't see the raid. / raid. Frankie Guns. Raid has been created. Jump in it. Jump in it. 6 viewers ready to go. Alright, peace. Love y'all. Be good. Have a great Sunday. Happy Easter.